It's a moment in every woman's life when she has to decide if she's going to keep chasing desire in the way that she did as a maiden, or if she's going to start to hold her own and come into a feminine wisdom of activating her own desire. And it's very easy to look outside to the male gaze continuously for that desire, and our insecurities and the way that we seek attention as a female being will actually start to play on that. And we've been trained this way. This is what the society has trained us to do, to look outside of ourselves for validation, for understanding that we are feminine, that we are attractive, that we are worthy. And there comes a moment when we start to shift through that maiden into that moment of becoming a mother, or becoming into our mid 30s to late 30s, where we recognize we can't keep chasing desire in these same ways. Not only because society actually starts to tell us that we're less and less attractive as we get older, but actually because it's not going to actually satiate that place, and ultimately it never has. So there's a recognition of what starts to shift when we shift that internal state. When we start to recognize that desire is actually an inside job, and we can cultivate that desire by activating the parts of our bodies. So something that I've personally experienced is this feeling of actually when I'm not even horny or desiring sex, but my body is desiring to be desired. And it's actually calling from my partner, a male body, to actually connect into that place so that I can actually feel this experience of love, of connection. And actually how I experience it is it actually starts to tingle inside of my ovaries. And it starts to actually create like a vibrational matrix of like pulling and yearning. And what I've actually started to do when I've had those experiences come up is actually play and connect with the ovaries. So bringing warmth into the ovaries, bringing warmth and connection into the womb, and actually holding and gyrating and moving the energy up through the body. Because what I started to recognize was that this is actually a desire that needed to be cultivated through my internal sexual system. And what would happen is that as I get run down or I get exhaustion, I would start to call in this energy, and it's very powerful. I've actually noticed inside of myself that I can turn this energy on of seduction or being close to somebody or receiving touch from somebody very quickly, without even recognizing it's coming into my mind that I'm choosing to do that. And so my process in my lifetime has been actually to reclaim that experience inside of myself and recognize when my body is going out to have its needs met, but because it doesn't believe that can actually be self-cultivated. And this self-cultivation is not something that you can just go, oh, right, I've cultivated it now, I'm fine, I know what I'm doing. It's actually a process like a muscle. And if you build it up over a period of time and you start to connect to yourself, you'll start to notice that that yearning to go out and actually receive what you need is actually lessened, because what you're doing is actually allowing the energies to circulate through the body. And the problem is that we're experiencing is that life moves us outside of our body. Often we're feeling stressed, or we're experiencing that we need to be in the world doing something or providing for somebody, whether that's motherhood, whether it's our careers, whatever it is. But the process of connecting into the body is one of actually just like slowing down and being with the self. And it's not always easy to come inside and feel and notice what's happening in there. But my top tips for you is that you actually connect in through the sensations. So if you see your thoughts, just go down below the thoughts into the emotions, and from the emotions into the feeling. Where is the feeling located throughout the body? And then from the feelings into the sensations. So what is the sensation of that feeling? And the more you can locate that sensation, the more you can actually communicate with it. And this was the same for me when I started to locate these sensations in my ovaries. It was like a tingling, but it was also like a pulling. I could feel like a pulling motion that was coming out of my ovaries energetically and moving people towards me or loved ones towards me for affection. And I started to recognize that actually, if I moved my body and created circles, and I was able to move that energy through my heart, through the top of my body, actually became a lot more grounding and easier to be with this energy. So give this a try, check out your sensations, start to see if you can actually cultivate desire to move through your entire body and not be stuck and located in one area of the body, and let me know how you go.